Right guys, welcome back to another Subaru video. Now, today, I'm just making a start on putting the kind of top of the engine back together again. You may remember in the last video, we removed the intake manifold and literally all the kind of ancillaries and all that kind of stuff. Well, since then, I've reassembled the new manifold. Like, I've taken off all the stuff of the old manifold, cleaned it all up, and made it look better. Things like that. Yeah, so basically the new manifold is ready to go on. So, let me show you the new manifold now that it's complete, and I'll show you what I'm doing right now. Right, so obviously here is the new manifold with obviously all the fuel rails on. Even just to make it look better, I put brand new bolts in like here and things like that. It looks so much better. I'm not sure if the camera does justice or not. I didn't paint things like the fuel rails, I just gave them a good clean. But I think we'll agree that it looks a lot better. It looks a lot fresher now. Really happy with how it's come out. Obviously I've installed brand new gaskets on the throttle body and the idle control valve and all that good stuff. So I'll show you what I'm doing now and we'll take it from there. This is the process of like mocking up all the breather pipes. But after referring to some old pictures, I kind of found out where they go. So everything's on now. Also, a wee tip if you're doing this yourself to make your job a lot easier, because I encountered this problem when I removed the manifold, and I'm going to give you guys the heads up so you know to do this yourself. Now, get the power steering pump just completely out the road, because trust me, right, when I tried to remove it, right, it was like coming in contact with the fuel rail, and it was just a pain in the hole. So I've got it right off the side here, all the pipe work and things like that is still connected, so it'll just bolt straight back onto the top of the engine once the manifold's back on, so it's pretty easy enough. I'm going to go over it, make sure all the breathers in the correct place and all the necessary clips are on, and then we'll install the new manifold. Right guys, a wee update. Before I put the intake manifold on, I'm going over the whole wiring loom and removing any broken like kind of protection, this kind of plastic crap you got on it. We're replacing that with obviously brand new stuff, which I have here, all different sizes, and also we have Impreza tape. Now this stuff is fantastic. It provides great protection for your wiring and it's really easy to put on, and also it actually looks great. It is really hard to see, I'm not going to lie, but you can kind of see a bit I've done there because I didn't have the size in there, so I just used Impreza tape. But I'm going to use the new insulation on all the kind of big bits here because they're all broken, so you can kind of see the difference here. I mean, that looks a lot better because compared to that, that's just all cracked and broken. So I'm going to strip that all back and replace it with new stuff and tie up it on so it's secure. Going to do the whole lot just so all the wiring looks presentable and looks good. So I'll back the camera when it's all done. Right guys, we're getting there. I'm not filming all the boring stuff because I mean I'm pretty much done with that kind of stuff. But anyway, let me show you where I am now. Right, so we're nearly getting there. It's just taking me like absolutely ages, right, to actually route things properly, like all the breathers that go to the cam covers, and get all the wiring where it needs to be in the correct places, so no wires are snagged or like touch anything that they shouldn't be touching. So yeah, most of this work is pretty much just preparation, just getting everything in the correct place. Right guys, we're getting there. The power steering pump is on. Honestly, I gave that a wee clean as well. Just kind of got rid of all the crap in behind it and things like that. So that's a little bit cleaner. We got the header tank on. My only concern is, and I can't for the life of me find out what it's for, is this plug here. I know it looks like an injector plug, but it's not that. All the injectors are plugged in, the coil packs are plugged in, so all that important stuff is plugged in, as is the throttle body and the idle control valve, all that kind of important sensors, they're all plugged in. It's a weird setup this, I mean, it's the same story on this side as well. There's a spare plug here as well. Never really quite found out what it's for, because everything is where it's supposed to be, if that makes sense. But anyway, we're nearly there. We're nearly ready to start it. So the next thing I need to do is put the rubber kind of joint onto the intercooler, and put coolant in, give it a once over, make sure everything is where it's supposed to be, and then we can start it. I'm actually hoping it runs a little bit better because you may remember, like I probably said it a few times in previous videos, this thing has an idle issue, and it's not bad, but it's still a bit annoying, and I know it's not supposed to do it. Basically, it won't idle, well, when the cold start has finished, it won't idle below 1k where it's supposed to idle. It always idles over 1k. I don't know why. It could be the idle control valve, but yeah, again, I've checked that and it seems to be okay. It's not stuck or seized or anything like that, so I don't know. But anyway, with all new gaskets, I pray to God some improvement has happened. Regardless, I'm going to cut to the good bit when the car's ready to be started. I'll crack on all the boring bits, and I'll see you guys in a second. Running, but it's running pretty rough if I'm honest. I think it's running off a cylinder. I don't know why. I really don't know why. It's idling a bit better. I don't know what's wrong with it. I don't know why it's idling really weird. Could be for any amount of reasons. Probably something I'll have to diagnose in the future. But right, so basically what the problem is, it's literally running on 2 cylinders. And basically what I've done is started the car up, unplugged the injectors, and nothing changed. I did the same with the coil packs, nothing's changed. So it's definitely running on 2 cylinders, don't know why. I even unplugged them, they're working fine. It's just this side. It's running on 2 cylinders, don't know why.
1 eternity later.
Yes guys, it's running on all 4 cylinders again, for absolutely no reason at all. So I haven't touched the damn thing, it's just started running on all 4 cylinders again. Ah well, happy days. Now that that work's done, and yeah, I thought I'd just take them both out here, just to get them together. Since these 2 cars haven't actually met each other, I thought I'd just take them out. But anyway, so the next plan for the Subaru is, you can see the splitters off. The paint on it started to flake, so I'm probably going to take that home and respray it, because it's in pretty bad nick anyway, so you know that needs attention. And then for the next video you guys will be seeing is I completely stripped down the front end, so we're going to take off the bumper, wings, all the kind of stuff in the engine bay, like on both sides, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to respray the front end, because I don't know what the conditions like behind the wings. It's probably all rough and disgusting. Plus, the paintwork in the engine bay is not great anyway. It's really not great, and it does bug me quite a lot. It just doesn't look presentable enough for my standards. So, that's what you guys will be seeing in the next video. Stripping down the front end off the Subaru and respraying it. So, anyway, I know this video is probably pretty boring, seeing me kind of put that manifold back together again. But regardless, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, then smash that thumbs up button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.